Taysom Hill is a bitch.
Why, yes. Back again. Another episode of the Fifth Quarter Podcast, episode 45, brought to you by
45.
Flight Room TV. I'm your host, Remy Please. I'm with Keys.
What's
We
up?
will be joined with more members lately, but it is Thanksgiving Eve. You
Eat
know,
up, niggas.
Thanksgiving Eve, and let's break down some sports. Eventful week that just passed, week 11 of the National Football League. What are your takeaways? What do you got, circle going forward? What can we make about this whole?
I'm gonna go hometown right quick.
Yes, sir.
It seems like whenever it's like I choose the wrong weeks to be down on my team. It's like whenever I'm like, all right, these niggas should win, they fucking suck ass. And then like whenever I'm out on them, it's like, yo, these motherfuckers actually look kind of good. But I also think that's the parody of the NFL. You never know what you're gonna get week to week. But I can also see that something happened at the bye week. I don't know what it was. I don't know whether they chose to, all right, Heineke, these are the plays that you are good at. We throwing out the rest of that dumb shit because you suck at it. So let's just do what you're comfortable with doing.
Timing routes, I think that's a lot of timing routes.
Right. That, and I also think that them starting to develop some sort of identity with the running game, sticking to it. That's the only way to get a running game is to run the fucking ball.
Right.
And I just think that Landon Collins moving to inside the box, I don't care what he wants to say. That is your position, my nigga. You play right there. That's exactly where we need you. Not where you want to be, but that's where the team needs you. And it seems to have helped the defense tremendously.
Yep.
Outside of that, I see Dallas kind of faltering a little bit. I know they got some injuries. Who doesn't? Mari Cooper not being there, X, Y, and Z. But I also think that Dak he cannot carry that team by itself, and they also need Ezekiel Elliott to be Ezekiel Elliott. I think that's something that they're trying to. Don't you get the sense that Dallas is kind of like forcing Ezekiel Elliott to run the ball when they know that Pollard is a better fit for their offense at this point in time?
Right. He just runs with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Pollard is straight downhill, more energetic, more tenacity. That type of stuff takes the pretty much the soul out of a defense, over time. But
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, they're loyal. A lot of teams do that. I mean, you're just too loyal to a point, and really don't know how to. I mean, you're paying the man an exorbitant amount of money, so you gotta kind of commit to it.
Kind of how we are to Antonio Gibson. Like I see that McKissick, he just runs the ball better.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But, yeah, he does. I mean, we don't have like a pure running back on this team yet, and like a running back that actually like finish plays. You know what I'm saying? That actually takes the life out of a defense. Gibson is getting better at that. You can tell. I mean, this week he was pretty good, minus the fumble. The previous week, he, was running with some toughness. Like he was welcoming the contact. You know what I'm saying? He was finishing the plays. His first year, I will always say, like, he's never falling forward. He was learning how to do it like later in the year, but he doesn't really fall forward when he gets hit. And he's a big dude. I mean, to be like this finesse type player, he is a big dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, Washington football team, I think. I mean, if we can somehow pull this out on Monday night.
Listen, big baby.
Hey, time to hit that panic alarm.
Hey, listen, right.
It's time to hit that panic alarm because then we coming up is straight divisional opponents. You got Cowboys twice, you got the Giants one more time, you got the Eagles twice, and then I think maybe the Raiders or some shit like that.
Who the Cowboys play Cincy this week, right?
They play the Raiders.
Oh, they play the Raiders.
So I mean, they got tomorrow. Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Always play Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so, maybe so. And they have a chance to get themselves right because I think the Raiders are falling off. So, around the league though, 49ers look like they picking up steam.
Yep.
Garoppolo back. It don't really matter who they have running the ball. Like Kyle Shanahan's gonna find a way to put a running back there and be
Yeah, that's true.
successful. The Eagles look like they're changing their season around. Jalen Hurts looks like he could be a legit starter in this league. He just
Hmm.
got to find his niche, and he seems like a gym rat. So I always feel like he's going to find his way.
Yeah, he gonna
Yeah.
improve. He gonna
Mhm.
improve for sure. I think Buffalo is kind of taking a step back to me. I don't
Yeah.
know, like I just like they not playing with that fire that they was
Right.
playing with last year. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that, like nigga, you can like we're going to put up 30 points.
Right.
Not like we're gonna be in the what I'm saying, the back and forth. Nah, we're gonna put up 30 points and our defense can strap.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of, like you saw that kind of in the beginning of the year, but I'm not sure. It's not like they really have any big, huge injuries. I know Knox went out.
Matt
Couple-
Milano was out for a little bit too, and Edmonds. So like both of their starting linebackers was out.
oh, true. But yeah, I think they kind of have taken a step back. Oh my God, New York. Let's talk about the Giants. Jesus,
Yeah.
whoa, they
Yeah.
got that motherfucker up out of there. Hey, look,
Yeah.
listen, Jason Garrett, bless his heart. He, Jason Garrett trying, bruh. He's trying. I think because I think deep down people want to give him a chance because I think he's okay as being an offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
But Jason Garrett just he got to have the right quarterback too. You know what I'm saying? He has to be in a system where he has a good quarterback, and I don't think that and I think that they used him as a scapegoat. So Jason Garrett, good luck.
Yeah, and I also don't think they ever use Saquon the right way. Like he needs the ball in his hand any way he can get it. So
Right, right,
they're
right,
not
right,
they're
right.
not that creative and doing that. He's not like Adrian Peterson. He probably could be, but I think you're just like missing out on the big splash plays if not putting him in every position.
True.
Yeah, I mean he got to stay healthy though. Like,
Yeah,
but
true.
I think how many games he missed his career? Like 20 something
Yeah,
crazy. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
so yeah, but yeah, I do agree with that. I do agree with that. Biggest takeaway from Week 11 for me, our Washington football team win. That was huge. Cam Newton, man, he didn't look like he lost the stuff. I mean, it's the first game back, but he looked. I saw a couple passes where them shits was right on the money, strong bullets. You know what I'm saying? So I was surprised that he looked way better than I expected. Anything else? Wasn't there like a couple major upsets? There was
The what you call it? Dallas lost, right?
yeah, Dallas lost.
Dallas
yeah. I mean,
lost.
that wasn't a huge upset.
I don't think it was. People saw it coming though.
Hell nah.
The Cardinals rolled over the Seahawks with Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy looked good.
Man, that nigga looked like ass 2 weeks ago though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He looked good. He looked game to game before.
They just signed Trace McSorley too. I didn't even know the Ravens.
Oh
had
damn.
him. Yeah, so but it's funny because he's another little, pretty much similar skill set. He's just not Kyler Murray, but he'll fit that offense. Yeah, he'll fit that offense.
Mm-hmm.
For real, man. Our quarterback could probably play that role for real.
Yeah,
he probably fit right in that same position. Because how tall is he? Like 5'11", right?
Yeah, maybe 6
I don't even
foot
think
at
he's
the
6
most.
foot.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He's a gamer though.
yeah, he is.
The Colts rolled over the Bills. And
The Colts.
God.
Okay, there you go. That's the one. And so y'all think what's his name? Jonathan Taylor, is that the MVP so far right now? Is he? He should at least be in the conversation.
Yeah.
I know we was talking about MVP candidates last week and nobody mentioned him, but after last week, I think we could probably at least put him in the conversation.
Kind of have to.
Yeah. And the Colts are dealt way better than anybody expected them. And they seem like they are literally every week taking a step further. They seem like they're getting better by the week. That's a scary team to face later on in the season, especially if Carson Wentz stay healthy. So
I wouldn't want to see the Bengals either.
The thing with that division, man, it's like it's so all over the place because every week it's like the Bengals look like the team, and then they lose to somebody. Then the Steelers look like it, then they lose. Then the Browns, they'll flash every now and then. So, that division, man, I wouldn't put no money nowhere in that area.
Do not sleep on the fucking Patriots, yo.
Oh, of course not.
Oh my God, it wouldn't surprise me for whatever reason that they wound up in like the AFC Championship. Just like
What?
you heard it here. Come on now. You
I'm
heard
saying
it
though,
here.
but
Like
they're getting better every week.
I mean,
Like, go
Mac
ahead.
Jones is not. He's not going to lose you the game. He's definitely not going to do that because
agree
he
with
know
that.
Bill. He got to go to the sideline and face Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, he listen. Don't lose the game. We got a top 10, top 10, top 15 defense. Just don't go lose the game.
He can do that. All he has to really do is just game manage. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Just don't lose. Don't make too many mistakes.
He made some big time throws this year though.
I think he's he's definitely probably going to be their long term quarterback because I think as long he's one of those guys, he's not going to try to do too much. He's just going to do exactly what Bill asked him to do, and I think that's the type of quarterback Bill likes. So I think that's a match made in heaven for real.
And whatchamacallit not playing due to COVID. Lamar Jackson.
That's what they said.
I think that's going to be.
They said he was just sick. It wasn't.
Yeah, they
COVID.
said he was sick. They said it was non-COVID related.
People,
did they?
People on Twitter was adding him saying, "Lamar, it's time to start taking multivitamins and shit, bro. Like you got the weakest fucking immune system to be an athlete."
Like his third
my god!
Yeah.
He do be getting sick though.
Sick
like
a
his
lot.
third time or something like that.
That
Like outside of
COVID.
COVID.
McRibs. You seen that nigga eating them McRibs?
Well, there you go.
Oh god!
You can't be treating that fucking thoroughbred, athlete.
You cannot run a 4.2 and eat McRibs.
He young. He arrogant with his athleticism. He think that shit gonna last forever. He got to start eating right.
Stop.
Yeah, you got
see what happened to Chad Johnson eating at McDonald's every day.
Yeah, I know. I remember I hear he saying something like, "It don't matter because I work out all the time, so I know if I want to eat." It's like, bro, like nah.
Boy, you gonna be Illmatic, guy. Damn.
All right, so we talk about teams around the league. Who would you point to and say it's an overrated team? Overrated. And we was talking about the Colts, and I just put up the Colts record, and they really ain't beat nobody. They beat the Dolphins. They beat the Texans. They beat the 49ers when they're riddled with injuries. They beat the Jets, the Jaguars, and I mean this week they beat the Bills. So they really didn't beat anybody. They're 6-5. Lost to all the teams they were supposed to lose to. But
so that's who you going with for the overrated team?
Yeah, at least right now because I just looked it up. I mean the Titans 8-3. They're overrated. I think
I might have to go with maybe Dallas.
Dallas, yeah, they could be.
I'm not mad at that Dallas pick.
Might have to go with that. I mean, because they've played almost the same teams that we played, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've yet to play us. I don't know. Something about Dallas just tells me that they started off hot, but we all know that playoff teams. This is where the playoff push starts. Right around mid-season, right around where we are right now. Mm-hmm. And this is where teams start to separate themselves. This is where we see the sleepers who've been, because for all intents and purposes, a lot of these cats, I mean, for the last year or year and a half, I mean, it's a lot of them just starting to get their legs under them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're 7-3. They beat the Chargers week 2. That's a good win. The Eagles, the Panthers, the Giants, all of them, I don't know about those teams. The Patriots, the Vikings. I think the Vikings are starting to turn it on right now. They lost that bad game to the Broncos. It was 30-16, but those 16s were all garbage time points. They throttled the Falcons, but the Falcons coming back, I think, from like London, like that previous week. And they just lost to the Chiefs, where they pretty much got dominated. But you could say they're overrated.
And they play the Raiders tomorrow.
Yeah, they play the Raiders tomorrow.
If they lose to the Raiders, start the violence.
Yeah, I would say that too.
Start the violence.
Yeah, the Sync will be shipping it.
And then if we turn around and beat who we play Monday night?
The Seahawks. So that's gonna be a tough game.
Yeah.
It's home, but the Seahawks gotta be tired of fucking losing at this point. So
They
I
got
think
the
we
31st
yeah.
ranked defense though.
I think we're gonna see their best on Monday night. I'm telling you, if we win this game, hit the panic button. Hit the fucking panic button. We have a legit playoff run ahead of us if we can win this
I'm
game.
telling you, the more like the moments where I get to the point where I doubt Ron Rivera, and this happened last year. When I get to the point where I doubt him, like yo, like I just don't know. He just for whatever reason it brings me back. Like it humbles me to see the dude just like stick to who he is. He ain't really changing.
Yeah.
He is who he is. Like yo, look, he say the same thing in every single press conference. Look, this is what we're doing. You know, he's sticking to it, and it's like it may not look the best for a 2-3 week span, but eventually you see, like right now, the team is starting, or I believe is starting to build some sort of identity.
Hey, but
Run
honestly,
the ball.
I know we don't make the playoffs a lot, but one of the times have we got into the playoffs, we started off hot.
Never.
Yeah, it's always that final push.
Yeah,
always a run.
Yeah,
always a run, like every time.
Always.
So,
and then the times we do start out hot, then we end up like going cold towards the end of the season.
Cold as fuck. Like that time we was like 6-2 was Zorn.
The Jim Zorn, that shit was sad, bro.
Yeah, that shit was
that was a traumatic season.
They were talking about Jason Campbell being fucking MVP.
That was a traumatic season, yeah. Like we were 6-2, and then everything just went right back to
that
shit.
We just crumbled.
Shit was crazy.
Yeah.
But well, I mean, speaking of Washington sports teams, if you had the opportunity to own any of the franchise between the Wizards, Nats, Capitals, Mystics, football team, what team would you want to start your? If you had the chance to start a franchise, which one would you? Or if you had the opportunity to own one, which one would you want to own? I mean, kind of know.
I mean, this is a layup. I mean, of course, it's going to be the Washington football team because, or the Redskins, just because the grandeurism of the team, the history, what it means to us, what it means to the area when we're winning. That would be a tall task to take, just righting the ship because like all like the shit that's going on. I would say a close second though. I mean, everybody's gonna say Washington football team or Redskins. I would say the Nationals just because you're new. Like there's not that much pressure to like relive those glory day years. It's a good park. People like coming here. We probably don't really have like that much of an issue landing like free agents. The general manager is a fucking beast, Scott Boras. I mean, not Scott. Ooh, I just fucked that up. Help me out, B.
For who?
The Nationals.
Oh,
God damn. Why I say Scott Boras?
You said Scott Boras, man. That's all I'm thinking about.
He came from Arizona too.
Damn it. Oh my God. Now that's gonna kill me.
I told you we're unprofessional sports podcast. Mike Rizzo.
I just typed this guy.
Mike Rizzo.
Oh shit. Yeah,
Mike Rizzo. Yeah, he gets the job done. Even though we sold, this past season, we had to sell. So we got to make way for Juan Soto to get his big contract. He has to stay here in DC.
I agree with that 100%.
He made the big decision to let Bryce Harper walk, and it ended up panning out, making our first World Series championship come here to DC, and it was electrifying. I fucking loved it. But yeah, that would be the close second.
I'm gonna go with the Redskins. But number two, man, I probably go with the Wizards. Reason being, I think this, even though the Washington football team is, that is the king of DC, but I think this is also a basketball town. Like even though the football, Washington football is the number one team, I think this is still a basketball town because we got Maryland, we got Georgetown, Wizards. You know what I'm saying? A lot of history between those organizations. So I think if our basketball team is good, I think that just, this is going to add. And then you can also think, there's a lot of legendary basketball players that came out of here. AAU circuit basketball players. Fucking Kevin Durant made the whole thing about PG County and shit like that, players that came out of here. So, I mean, it's a lot of history with basketball in this town. So I think if the Wizards are good, I think it just overall. I mean, even right now, the Wizards are starting off good, and I can kind of feel the Bullets fever, as they say. I can feel the energy starting to. I can
Yeah,
feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it bubbling. I feel it bubbling. They gotta keep it up. They gotta keep it up. They gotta keep it up. But I can see it bubbling a little bit. So if we get a team, and remember when Gilbert Arenas was hot, that was a very that was a special time.
Even when we was playing the Celtics like not too long ago in the playoffs.
In the playoffs. Remember that shit?
Was
when Paul Pierce hit that bank shot, that was one of my greatest moments as a Wizards fan. So
or when they tried to come down here wearing all black and we sent their ass home. John Wall hit the 3 at the end.
Yep. So those are some good times.
Yeah.
Those are some good times. So yeah, I go with the Wizards on that one.
Then I rip my TV off the wall the next game. But yeah. Yeah. The pain. Who you got, B? Close second, because I already know you.
Close second, you already know. I'm going with the Caps. Just simply because I feel like that's a gift that's going to keep on giving. As much as we say, yeah, this is a football and basketball town, but I think that there's a good argument to be made that the Caps just have done something within the past, like especially ever since winning the Cup. They've done something to this town where like your typical average.
And you know what was different? What's different about the Caps and like the fandom? Because like any other team, like Nationals in this area, you still got Baltimore Orioles fans. Redskins, you still got Ravens and Dallas and whoever fans. The Wizards, you still got Heat, Lakers, and all that shit. Caps is Caps here.
Like, I can agree with that.
From Baltimore, Northern.
I don't think I've ever seen a fan from the DC area that was a fan of another hockey team.
Right.
I don't think I've ever seen that shit. So that's
what I'm saying. Like you converted a lot of people just by winning that championship. They're just all right. They just started watching hockey and they'll label themselves as Caps fan, but I also feel like I think everybody in this town, even if you aren't a Caps fan, if the Caps are in the playoffs, you're watching the Caps. You know what I'm saying? If you're a Dallas fan, you watching the Caps. If you're a Lakers fan, you watching the Caps. You see what I'm saying? So it's like this town embodies their hockey team. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, all right, you got the town is split. The DMV is split on Redskins, Dallas, or New York. You know what I'm saying? You got all of these fans sprinkled in. But when it comes to hockey, for whatever reason, it's like everybody kind of gets together because when they was in that damn cup run, good God, downtown, that shit was crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to 7th Street, Chinatown. Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And also it helps having, a quote unquote, a goat in your backyard. Like how many cities can say that?
That's true.
He's a goat.
And he's still
right
killing shit. Literally right now, probably. Literally probably just scored a goal.
Right. Shout out to Ovi. Shout out to everybody in the DC area. Yeah.
Everybody.
And shout out to Taysom Hill for getting that bag. I don't know how he's doing it.
Oh God.
I don't know. Like he's probably blackmailing somebody. I don't understand that shit. Like I'm a fan of like the style of play that he plays, but having him potentially earning 90. I mean, I know it's a lot of loopholes in this contract.
Gotta be.
Yeah, he has to like play a certain percentage of snaps as quarterback.
Do we have the numbers on his contract? Did he sign it yet?
I believe so. He did.
Well, I will say as far as his numbers, his career numbers as a passer, 71.1% completion percentage, 1,103 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. For career. 4 passing touchdowns and 4 interceptions for career.
All right, so let me ask you this. Let's just put it in layman's terms. Let's say, let me pick a quarterback. Is Taysom Hill a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins?
Is that a real question?
Exactly.
Is that a joke?
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Is this when I saw this, I thought it was a joke. I was like, oh, okay, somebody playing around. Taysom Hill is getting $90 million contract. This is a joke.
Hey, if he getting paid Cordero Patterson, he need to be getting that money because I think he could be. If not, he might be a better gadget guy than Taysom Hill. Like he need to be getting that type of bread.
Hey, that's a good point right there. because that's exactly what he's doing in
Because
Atlanta.
right now he might be the best player on that team right now in Atlanta.
Yeah, because when he got hurt, they didn't do nothing on O.
I want to see.
But I don't know, man. I've never seen somebody that was never really a full-time starter get that type of bread ever.
But even still, though, all right, even still, most quarterbacks, right? Most quarterbacks don't get this kind of money or sign this kind of contract unless you've taken your team on at least a playoff run, something. This dude has nothing to fall back on. So what are they basing this off of?
What if this is just Sean Payton's like I put it like this, like when I was in high school on the football team, there was always like that, that one athletic white boy that the coaches used to always like, kind of favor, you know what I'm saying? It was like, it's like he's a fast cornerback or he could play, you know what I'm saying? I feel like maybe that's the thing, like it's like, we look at this gadget athletic super athlete, like, you know what I'm saying? He might just be like he might just have favoritism towards him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I had a guy like this all the time, I think I remember even saying something like, I wish I had 1 million Taysom Hills on my team, like some shit like that. So
I get that, but you giving that nigga 90 mil.
There's no true you can't even really rationalize this. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like maybe he just got a thing for him. Like I don't know.
That's what I was that's what I was going with. I was like, maybe there's something like we ain't seeing behind the scenes or something. Like these dudes like smashing each. I don't know. It's just wild to me. Like what is going on? Taysom Hill is like getting the bag, and
I want to say like his starts though last year was pretty good.
Okay, let's say that
they basing off last year. This year he's only amassed 156 total scrimmage yards.
But it's not even just that. But it's like, all right, even if last year was good, but how many quarterbacks like? There's fucking who's a backup quarterback like fucking Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy ain't getting that kind of bread,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But he can come in and put up a
or Jameis or
Jameis. I wouldn't even put Jameis in the same conversation as a Colt McCoy because at least Jameis Winston led the league in something before. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga's never led the league in shit.
So with this ideology, what's our quarterback name? What's his name?
Taylor Heineke.
Taylor Heineke needs to be signed to $100 million.
That's what I'm saying. Taylor Heineke's better than Taysom Hill. You know what I'm saying?
So
it's like
what is this? What are we saying?
And not even just that, and then not even that, just that Trevor Siemian is he's still like
shit.
But I'm saying, ain't he still like higher in the depth chart as a quarterback? Like Taysom Hill is a gadget guy, but Trevor Siemian is
I think if he was healthy, he'll be starting.
Who, Taysom?
Yeah.
Oh, well, like I said, if Trevor Siemian is starting over you, that says a lot, bro. That says a lot. And the thing is, if you look at Trevor Siemian's numbers, still better than Taysom Hill.
That means whatchamacallit needs to get the bag. Teddy Bridgewater need to get the bag.
Right.
Taylor Heineke need to get the bag.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we saying?
We can't afford
like that. Taysom Hill. Okay, so let me ask you this. So does that mean if that's the case, then that means he has to be the quarterback for next year?
Yeah.
There is nobody that you're bringing in for competition.
I think it kind of protects them because they can kind of you're either going to roll with him 100% and he's going to earn that 90 million, or you're going to keep him as a gadget player and he only earns 20. You know what I'm saying? So
you're saying, so contractually,
it kind of protects them. Yeah.
And I mean, hey, say whatever you want to say about Trevor Siemian. Career 38 touchdowns, 26 interceptions, 6,000 yards. You know what I'm saying? 6,600 yards passing.
Yeah. He was with the Broncos, right?
Yeah, I'm saying, but he's still shitting on everything that this nigga Taysom Hill does.
Right.
I just want to find his last couple starts.
But it don't even matter because this is what I'm saying. I've seen quarterbacks win Rookie of the Year and they still had to prove that they was the guy. So
right.
why we over here talking about his
right.
last game or two? I mean, it's like why the goalpost so short for him?
Right.
I've never seen the goalpost this short for anybody in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Like So you mean to tell me Cam Newton just got signed?
Shit, he could have been a gadget guy.
halfway through the season, he couldn't get a spot, and this nigga gets 90 million. I'm done.
Hey, bro, 4 passing touchdowns and 4 interceptions as a career, nigga.
Right.
Like shit, fucking what Lamar Jackson threw for 4 touchdowns earlier in the season. There's still niggas trying to say he's some shit. So I mean, like with the MVP, you know what I'm saying? Like crazy.
Right. Yeah, this one doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just something I'm not seeing.
All right, before we jump out of here though, let's get some Stone Cold locks of the goddamn week.
Washington football team over Seattle. Book it.
Pick 'em.
Pick 'em. That's my pick.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm starting to feel. I'm with Brian on this one, man. I'm starting to feel confident. Maybe this is a fan of me. We won 2 straight. I'm like, oh, the turnaround is coming.
That's gonna be our Stone Cold lock of the week.
Book 'em, Danny.
Pick 'em.
Pick 'em.
All right, my pick 'em is gonna be Pittsburgh plus 4.5. If you can get it for 5, get it for 5, but plus 4.5 at Cincinnati. Y'all gotta be tired of getting punched in the mouth and losing these fucking nail biters. Pittsburgh, come on, show up. It's a divisional game. Try to salvage your season. SEMO plus 4.5. If you can get it for 5, get that shit. Lock him in.
That's not a bad one. So you taking the if you can get the 5. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And then I would also take
Also think Houston minus 2.5 is a good look too over the Jets because Wilson's supposed to be starting his first game starting back. It's gonna be janky, but
I would take the Rams. I'll take the Rams over Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is out.
He got that broken toe.
Yeah. Take the Rams. And his last start, Love. Yeah. He didn't look too hot.
Is he officially out? Is Aaron Rodgers officially out?
Let me see.
He might play through that shit.
Nah, a broken toe, bro.
You seen that one game when he was smacked? And did you remember that? You remember that game?
Yes. He was juiced up.
They had him doped off all
Hey,
summer.
listen, that nigga.
Yeah.
He was throwing that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Just a toe.
It's just a toe.
You got anyone else? Lighthouse?
You don't need that toe.
I'm gonna stick with that Washington.
Right. Yeah. Those are Stone Cold locks of the week each and every Wednesday. Give you a chance to get that bag as long as you leave even units. But yeah, gonna catch us over to
God,
Flight Room Podcast. He's showing his toe. You talking about that picture?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
This dunk I just seen. I'm sorry.
Okay. But yeah. But catch y'all on the flip, y'all. Yep. Happy Thanksgiving.
Right.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy New Year.